Genesis 9. God's covenant with Noah. Then Noah built an altar to the Almighty God and took some of every clean animal and some of every clean bird and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And when the Almighty God smelled the pleasing aroma, the Almighty God said in his heart, I will never again curse the ground because of man, for the intentions of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I ever again strike down every living creature as I have done. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall not cease. And God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth and upon every bird of the heavens, upon everything that creeps on the ground and all the fish of the sea. And to your hand they are delivered. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. As I gave you the green plants, I give you everything, but you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is its blood. And for your lifeblood I will require reckoning from every beast. I will require it, and from man. From his fellow man I will require a reckoning for the life of man. Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed. For God made men in his own image. And you, be fruitful and multiply, increase greatly on the earth and multiply in it. Then God said to Noah and to his sons with him, behold, I establish my covenant with you and your offspring after you, and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, the livestock, and every beast of the earth with you, as many as came out of the ark. It is for every beast of the earth I establish my covenant with you, that never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of the flood, and never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, this is the sign of the covenant that I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for all future generations. I have set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. And when I bring clouds over the earth, and the bow is seen in the clouds, I will remember my covenant that is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. When the bow is in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is on the earth. God said to Noah, this is the sign of the covenant that I have established between me and all flesh that is on the earth. And Noah descendants, and the sons of Noah who went forth from the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from these the people of the whole earth were dispersed. Noah began to be a man of the soil, and he planted a vineyard. He drank the wine and became drunk and lay uncovered in his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brothers outside. Then Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it on both their shoulders, and walked backward and covered the nakedness of their father. Their faces were turned backwards, and they did not see their father's nakedness. And when Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his youngest son had done to him, he said, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be to his brothers. He also said, blessed be the Almighty God, the God of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth, and let him dwell in the tents of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant. And after the flood, Noah lived 350 years. All the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. nations descended from Noah. And these are the generations of the sons of Noah: Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tiras, or Tiras. The sons of Gomer: Ashkenaz, Ribtah, and Togarmah. The sons of Javan: Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dudium. From these the coastlands people spread in their lands, each with his own language by their clans and their nations. The sons of Ham: Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush: Sheba, Havilah, Sabta, Ramah, and Sabtika. The sons of Ramah: Sheba, and Dedan. Cush fathered Nimrod, and he was the first on earth to be a mighty man. He was a mighty hunter before the Almighty God. Therefore it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Almighty God. The beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh, and the land of Shinar. From that land he went to Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Kala, and Rezin between Nineveh and Kala. That is the great city. Egypt fathered Ludium, Anamium, Lehabium, Naphatium, Parathusium, Kasulium, from whom the Philistines came, and Cathodium. Canaan fathered Sidon, his firstborn, in Heth, and the Jebusites, the Amorites, and the Girgashites, and the Hivites, and the Archites, and the Sinites, and the Arvadites, and the Zemarites of the Hamathites. Afterward, the clans of the Canaanites dispersed, and the territory of the Canaanites extended from Sidon in the direction of Jirah as far as Gaza, and in the direction of Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboiim as far as Lasha. These are the sons of Ham by their clans, their languages, their lands, and their nations. To Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the elder brother of Japheth, the children were born: the sons of Shem, Elam, Ashur, Arpachshad, Lud, and Aram. And the sons of Aram: Uz, Hud, Jethir, and Mash. Arpachshad fathered Shelah, and Shelah fathered Eber. To Eber were born two sons. The name of the one was Peleg, for his days the earth was divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. Joktan fathered Almodad, and Sheleph, Hazar, Maphiath, Jerah, Hadodium, Uzal, Diklah, Obal, Abimiel, Sheba, Apia, Havilah, and Jobad. All these were the sons of Joktan. The territory in which they lived extended from Mesha in the direction of Saphah to the hill country of the east. These are the sons of Shem by their clans, their languages, their lands, and their nations. These are the clans of the sons of Noah according to the genealogies and their nations, and from these the nations spread abroad on the earth after the flood. The Tower of Babel. And now the whole earth had one language and the same words. And as people migrated from the east, they found a plan in the land of Shinar and settled there. And they said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and burn them thoroughly." And they had brick for stone and bitumen for mortar. And they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower with its roof in the heavens, and let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be dispersed over the face of the whole earth." The Almighty God came to see the city and the tower where the children of man had built. And the Almighty God said, "Behold, they are one people, and they have all one language, and this is the only beginning of what they will do. And nothing they propose to do will be impossible for them. So come, let us go down and there and confuse their language, so they may not understand one another's speech." So the Almighty God dispersed them from there over the face of all the earth, and they left off building a city. Therefore its name was called Babel, because there the Almighty God confused the language of all the earth. And from there the Almighty God dispersed them over the face of all the earth. Shem descended, and these are the generations of Shem. When Shem was 100 years old, he fathered Arpachshad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he fathered Arpachshad 500 years and had other sons and daughters. And when Arpachshad had lived 35 years, he fathered Shelah. And Arpachshad lived after he fathered Shelah for 103 years and had other sons and daughters. And when Shelah had lived 30 years, he fathered Eber. And Shelah lived after he fathered Eber for 103 years and had other sons and daughters. And when Eber had lived 34 years, he fathered Peleg. And Eber lived after he fathered Peleg for 130 years and had other sons and daughters. And when Peleg had lived 30 years, he fathered Reu. And Peleg lived after he fathered Reu 209 years and had other sons and daughters. And when Reu had lived 32 years, he fathered Sirach. And Reu lived after he fathered Sirach 207 years and had other sons and daughters. And when Sirach had lived 30 years, he fathered Nahor. And Sirach lived after he fathered Nahor 200 years and had other sons and daughters. And when Nahor had lived 29 years, he fathered Terah. And Nahor lived after he fathered Terah 119 years and had other sons and daughters. And when Terah had lived 70 years, he fathered Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Terah's descendants. Now there are the generations of Terah or Terah. Terah fathered Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran fathered Lot. Haran died in the presence of his father Terah in the lands of his kindred in Ur and of the Chaldeans. And Abraham and Nahor took wives. And the names of Abram's wife was Sarah. And the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah. And daughter of Haran, the father of Malkah or Milcah, is Iscah. Now Sarah was barren and she had no child. Terah took Abram his son and Lot the son of Haran his grandson, and Sarah his daughter-in-law his son Abram's wife, and they went forward together from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. But when they came to Haran, they settled there. The days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. The call of Abram, Genesis 12. Now the Almighty God said to Abram, "Go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you, and I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great, so that you will be a blessing. And I will bless those who bless you, and him who dishonors you I will curse. And in you all families of the earth shall be blessed." So Abram went as the Almighty God had told him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he departed from Haran. And Abram took Sarah his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their possessions that they had together, and the people that they had acquired in Haran, and they set out to go to the land of Canaan. And when they came to the land of Canaan, Abram passed through the land to the place of Shechem, to the oak of Moreh. And at the time of the Canaanites were in the land, then the Almighty God appeared to Abram and said, "To your offspring I will give this land." So he built there an altar to the Almighty God who had appeared to him. And from there he moved to the hill country on the east of Bethel and pitched his tent with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. And and there he built an altar to the Almighty God and called upon the name of the Almighty God. And Abram journeyed on, still going toward the Negeb. Abram and Sarah in Egypt. Now there was a famine in the land, so Abram went down to Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was severe in the land. And when he was about to enter Egypt, he said to Sarah his wife, I know that you are a woman beautiful in appearance, and when the Egyptians see you, they will say, this is his wife, and then they will kill me, but they will let you live. Say you are my sister, that it may go well with me because of you, and that my life may be spared for your sake. And when Abram entered Egypt, the Egyptians saw that the woman was very beautiful, and when the princes of Pharaoh saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house, and for her sake he dealt well with Abraham, or Abraham. And he had sheep, oxen, male donkeys, male servants, female donkeys, and camels. But the Almighty God afflicted Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarah, Abram's wife. So Pharaoh called Abram and said, what is this you have done to me? Why did you not tell me that she was your wife? Why did you say she is my sister, so that I took her for my wife? Now then, here is your wife. Take her and go. And Pharaoh gave men orders concerning him, and they sent him away with his wife and all that he had. Genesis 13. Abram and Lot separate. So Abram went up to Egypt, he and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with him into the Negeb. Now Abram was very rich in livestock, in silver and in gold, and he journeyed on from Negeb as far as Bethel to the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Ai, and to the place where he had made an altar to the Almighty God. And Lot who went with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents, so that the land could not support both of them dwelling together, for their possessions were so great that they could not dwell together. And there was strife between the herdsmen and Abram's livestock, and the herdsmen of Lot livestock. And at the time of the Canaanites and the Perizzites were dwelling in the land, then Abram said to Lot, let there be no strife between me and you, and between your herdsmen and my herdsmen, for we are kinsmen. Is not the whole land before you? Separate yourself from me. If you take the left hand, then I will go to the right, or if you take the right hand, then I will go to the left. And Lot lifted up his eyes and saw that Jordan Valley was well watered everywhere, like the garden. So of the Almighty God, and like the land of Egypt and the direction of Zoar, this was before the Almighty God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So Lot chose for himself all the Jordan Valley, and Lot journeyed east. Thus they separated from each other. Abram settled in the land of Canaan, while Lot settled among the cities of the valley and moved his tent as far as Sodom. Now the men of Sodom were wicked, great sinners against the Almighty God. And the Almighty God said to Abram, after Lot has separated from him, lift up your eyes and look from the place where you are, northward and southward and eastward and westward. For all the land that you see I will give to you and to your offspring forever, and I will make your offspring as the dust of the earth, so that if one can count the dust of the earth, your offspring also can be counted. Arise, walk through the length and the breadth of the land, for I will give it to you. So Abram moved his tent and came to settle by the oaks of Mamre, which are at Hebron, and there he built an altar to the Almighty God. blessed be upon by God's most high, possessors of heaven and earth, and blessed be God most high.